Hi folks, this is Peter Boykin and this is hashtag GoRight. So let's talk about Ye, Milo, Nick, Trump, and Tim Pool. A big mess. Now I want to address one thing really quickly. Lots of information we're going to go over in this is not necessarily information or views.
Warning! Notice the social media, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. GoRightNews.com publishes and shares news gathered by many sources, right, middle, and left. The views in these news might not reflect the views of the publisher or reader in the podcast. Keep this in mind before blocking, striking, or banning Go Right News from your platform.
I believe that if you call out a black person or a group that is black, like BLM, you're not racist. If you call out a woman or a group of women, like The View, you're not sexist. If you call out a member of the LGBT, especially the transgender part, or a group like, well, hell, almost all of the groups, sadly, you are not homophobic or transphobic. And honestly, if you call out a Jewish person or a group, it does not make you an anti-Semite. But note, tweeting out the swastika and your Hitler love and calling yourself a Nazi is just too much. My advice for Ye is he needs to zip it. Now let's analyze what's been going on with this whole situation. We'll be right back with Go Right with Peter Boykin.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Hi, fellow patriots. This is Peter Boykin from hashtag Go Right. Share this right now. Time to go right. Hi folks, this is Peter Boykin. This is hashtag Go Right. So let's talk about Kanye West, or what we'd like to call him, Ye. Is this really free speech for me and not for you? But, well, you know, maybe he lost that right. Milo Yiannopoulos, Nick Fuentes, Donald Trump, of course, and Tim Pool, the beanie hat man. A mess. So Kanye West visited Donald Trump at his home at Mar-a-Lago, bringing uninvited guest Nick Fuentes. They claim an open white nationalist who has espoused anti-Semitic views, according to the Post-Millennial. Now, I would like to point out that Nick Fuentes in himself is kind of Hispanic, white Hispanic, so he's not exactly a pure white person that people would say. I mean, his name is Nick Fuentes. Meanwhile, Trump told the New York Post Kanye West very much wanted to visit Mar-a-Lago. Our dinner meeting was intended to be Kanye and me only, but he arrived with a guest, Fuentes, whom I had never met and knew nothing about, according to the New York Post. Now, I would like to note that I'm not so sure about that. I'm trying to figure out how Nick Fuentes would get through the gate, but I would also say that would be a part of a celebrity privilege where we don't really vet who comes with Kanye. Now, of course, McConnell, Mr. Turtle, had something to say about it, and here's how he's bad-mouthing Trump. It's a good thing I don't vote for turtles. Watch this video.
Everyone. First, let me just say that there is no room in the Republican Party for anti-Semitism or white supremacy. And anyone meeting with people advocating that point of view, in my judgment, are highly unlikely to ever be elected president of the United States.
Okay, so I mentioned Milo Yiannopoulos. Now, Milo Yiannopoulos apparently wasn't at the meeting, although I don't know. I mean, he could have been there, and it'd be actually kind of funny if he actually was there and nobody cared. So Milo Yiannopoulos admitted to NBC News that he orchestrated the dinner with Trump and Kanye West, adding anti-Semite Nick Fuentes as a surprise addition to Kanye's entourage just to make Trump's life miserable, according to NBC News. That's Milo. That is definitely Milo. And here's Milo right here, hopefully being deported.
Milo Yiannopoulos on his way to be deported. Yeah.
Here's another thing about Milo. He says he's a longtime informant and Kanye's right-hand man. And he brags of a black male he can hold on many public figures. And a drive he calls the vault. He claims he has all sorts of dirt on individual. You got to be kind of careful around the man. Here's his video talking about it.
I have an external hard drive. I'll show it to you now. This is called the vault. This is the vault. This has shit on everyone you have ever heard of. Video, pictures, emails, audio, text messages, phone calls. Anything you would ever really want to know about every public figure I have ever encountered. Most of the conversations I've had with people when I've been in a single-party consent state. Recorded, archived. I have shit on everyone. And I'm now in a position in my career where I'm perfectly happy to start dropping it all. So I have a lot of crap on Richard Spencer and everybody else. And well, maybe there is a reason to sign up for Telegram after all. So watch this space.
Actually, that's Milo Yiannopoulos. Someone who I used to follow in the past, and quite literally, he's ruined his life. He's never amounted to much of anything. And it's kind of that irritating thing that he had everything on his plate. He had still kind of has the fame. I would say more like a Kathy Griffin kind of C-list celebrity status. But he has that fame. He had the opportunity. He always says he's going to go so far and do so things, and he always stops. And he's ruined all his friendship, and quite literally, he just ruined a friendship he had for a long time with Laura Loomer. Now, here's a video of me basically talking about that friendship of Laura Loomer. And let me note that Laura Loomer called into the InfoWars show, apparently, to talk about Milo Yiannopoulos. But here's me talking about what I said to Milo Yiannopoulos, or at least tried to get to him about a year or so ago. I told Milo Yiannopoulos about a year or so ago that he should not be messing with Laura Loomer because for a small moment there, he started messing with Laura Loomer, started talking stuff, and I said, no, Milo. I think I texted him and I messaged him, regardless if he listens to me or not. I said, Milo, the only friend you have left in this world is Laura Loomer. And if you mess with her, she will bury you. Do not mess with Laura Loomer. And what did Milo do? He thought he had great friends with MTG and now Yee and everybody else. He messed with Laura Loomer. She's burying your ass, Milo. Don't mess with Laura Loomer. Now, if you're not sure who Nick Fuentes is here, here he is throwing Sprite at his friends. I mean, he's got a great arm. Here you go. Look.
Oh, whoa! I did.
Do you know what that is?
Now, Nick Fuentes also, he loves cat boys.
Look what I figured out how to do in the bath.
Nick is a biracial, mixed-race guy, gay, homophobic, cat boy lover. I mean, the white supremacist anti-Semite, label isn't enough. I mean, he can be a gay, homophobic catboy lover as well. Back in 2017, this isn't a lie or a crack or anything on this. I remember this boldly. I was told by many verified Twitter conservatives when I was verified on Twitter, and hopefully I'll get my account back, that he was an up-and-coming gay conservative and I should work with him. But they warned me about a JQ issue that he had. And look, I know better. I don't want to get involved in anybody that has some JQ questions. There's just no point in it. It's not my thing. It's not my bag. So I stepped away. I was like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with him. I don't have anything to do with him. Now, if you leave, I basically calmly walked away from him like I was Homer Simpson in the hedges. And a few years later, he's running AF, which is America First, and claiming to be an asexual, going, ew, sex is icky, while going on dates with catboys and hanging out with Milo Yiannopoulos. Go figure. Now let's talk about and show some of the celebrities, because this has become mainstream. And let me point something out. Nick Fuentes and Marjorie Taylor Greene, who Milo Yiannopoulos is working for her office, apparently last time I found out, that he was supposed to be an intern, which might be how they got the meeting. I don't know. There's some triangle going on over there. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's got her own issues, but she attended the America First convention last year in Florida that I found out about. It was around the same time they had CPAC. Believe me, I wasn't able to afford to go to any of them, and I don't think I'd ever want to go to AF. She went to it. Then she claimed she didn't know who Nick Fuentes is. So if you think you're fooling your base, well, your base knows now, because people are quite literally talking about it on everywhere. So their names are out there. These C-list celebrities or whatever E-celebrities are getting their name out there. It's kind of what they wanted. So let's talk about Kanye West and his meeting after Trump on Tim Pool, the Tim Pool podcast, after Pool pushed back on anti-Semitic remarks. So Kanye West storms off when pushed back by Timcast, by these, anti-Jewish remarks. And I'm going to edit it because it's a little longer. Watch this.
To come in here, I feel like it's a setup to be like defending. I'm not going to go through another, I'm literally going to walk the F off the show if I'm sitting up here having a, talk about, you can't say that it was Jewish people that did it when every sensible person knows that. I mean, Jon Stewart knows what happened to me and they took it too far. With the last of my money that's available in a different account, I'm going to order a PJ before I sit and have another Lex Friedman setup conversation. When I'm literally they're trying to put me in jail for my opinion. But I get that. I'm not going to have that opinion. I don't care about people. Those are bots. I'm getting hosed down every day by the press, and financially, I'm just standing there. And when I found out that they tried to put me in jail, it was like a dog was biting my arm, and I almost shed a tear, almost. But I still walked in stride through it. Yeah.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who is they though? We can't say who they is.
Corporate press. I'm not using I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking.
It is
about
them though, isn't it? I mean, because
no.
because when you think about it, consider it. In 2018.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you afraid of the press?
He just wouldn't give in, wouldn't change his mind, and then they left.
He's gone.
Excuse me?
then we landed at the private airport and realized that the limo was not there that was supposed to pick us up. It was actually at Dulles.
You can't get these shoes at the Aldo. And I'm like, ah! Yeah, I did. No, it's good, I just need you to figure out what you guys need to figure out.
So we had to Uber. That was really weird. I remember the Uber driver was like in disbelief, like wait, I'm picking up Kanye West?
Is this us? If it's a RAV4, look at this. Is the steed worthy of a champion? Yes, sir. It's a hybrid.
Milo asks me what time the show is, and I was like, it's 8 p.m. is when it goes live. Got to be there early to like set everything up and prep everyone. And Ye's like, I want to go to the movies. And I was like, I don't want to acknowledge that he said that because like I'm trying to get him to the studio. It's like we had like 3 hours until we had to be here, like deadline. Any movie's gonna be like 2 hours, and that's if the movie starts right when we get to the theater. I did my best to like, how about we don't do that? Like we can go eat or something. Then Ye decided he wanted to go to TGI Fridays. I was like, really? Like we could probably do better than that, but whatever. So we call Uber, go to TGI Fridays, and then we see the hibachi place across the street, so we decided to go there instead.
We said facility and this is Catholic theology. Transcendentals, good, the beautiful, and the true. They always line up. You know, real? Yeah. So flexibility and facility. So the transcendentals are the things that are in all human souls that lead us to God. That we see a little bit of God in them, and they.
We're in this hibachi place that is completely empty. Like there's nobody sitting at a table anywhere near us, but somehow people keep coming out of the woodwork and noticing Ye was sitting at the table. He didn't seem to hate people taking pictures with him, even though he was trying to eat. But like he just started like people would be walking by like what was it? One guy called him Yi. He was like, Yi? Is that you?
It's like asking a basketball player if he has to duck his head. Slogan. I see. Well, I think it will emerge. It's important to say officially no campaign at the moment. For legal reasons, it's important to say that. So if there were a slogan for some speculative future presidential campaign.
The first black president? First president from Chicago?
There we go. I'll cut you a check for $50. I own that now, okay?
So I'm the first Latino president.
I'll give you $50 for that. We own that.
No, you're good, man.
Nick is half Mexican.
Real change?
Quarter Mexican. I thought your dad was.
He's half Mexican, half Irish.
Well, maybe we'll do that on the ballot. We'll do that on the. We'll have a referendum on the 19th Amendment, and we'll say yeah or no. This is like 4 months old, you know. It's so bad now. There's build quality. It's disgusting.
That bag probably costs more than I do. You want to forget those?
Oh no, I won't. It's just terrible. I don't buy this stuff anymore after they posted
after Virgil passed.
Well, there is that now too.
Cannot buy Louis bags.
No, look. Since I listened to Donda 2,
yes,
I knew. But
okay, so you know what's up. Man.
I know what's up. Don't try. I do my homework, okay? But no. I mean, I don't buy stuff new from there anymore. But I do sometimes get it as gifts.
Yeah.
I buy secondhand now because all the stores got raided, and then a day later they posted Black Lives Matter on their Twitter, and I'm like, okay, no, we're done. Because they broke the deal, you know? They broke the deal they had with us, which is this kind of manufactured exclusivity thing, you know? Mm-hmm. They broke the deal with us, so...
They did.
I buy secondhand, but people do lavish move gifts.
I buy knockoffs.
I'd sooner be dead.
You really want to stick it to him?
Great.
You got.
Which one? Can we get him in the car?
When we were done, we loaded our stuff into the cars that were picking us up, bring us to the studio.
I'm gonna go downstairs. I figured.
Then he kind of maybe got overwhelmed from like the amount of people that were here.
You're a spectator?
You saw the picture with the Ari's like hosing him down and stuff this summer?
I haven't seen that, no.
Yeah.
But he's in a tough position too, so there might be a chance Twitter might even go down because of all the attacks against him.
Ms. Rumble. We'll see, man.
But we have to figure out how to communicate to the people, not on these media platforms, not on phones, but in the streets. We've got to do a grassroots campaign that like goes back to like before TV.
I used to do
the
that.
left is really good at it.
It's not as effective. I had an organization of 270 groups all over the world called We Are Change. And we used to do grassroots activism, flyers, banners, drops, like theater performances in the street. The internet changed it. I mean, the internet's still the #1 way to reach people. I mean, you can give out so many flyers, but if you have your friend or a family member or your mother sending you a video, people are gonna watch it. You know, it's a lot easier now. Everyone's online, not in the real world, sadly. And if they are, they don't. You know, their head is in the phone too much to where they can't even pick up a flyer, right? So that's the problem.
It's gonna be fun. I'm not interested in talking about like there's a lot of people who are like, Tim, you should wag your finger at them like right off the gate, and I'm like, wow, I don't care.
No, that's a bad idea. And
It's so
I think we
dumb.
should have a real honest conversation that could help people bridge the divide.
I just want to know what you guys are thinking.
I want to know how to become president. Because it's
Milo
like,
seems to know.
I mean, like Elon didn't start off at Twitter.
Yeah.
But when he came in, he got rid of 75% of it. These are the kinds of mentalities that need to go in. It's like politics is like how basketball looked before Michael Jordan. And then Trump has shown you, okay, we can play the game in a different way. Or not that it's a game to be played or something. It's like,
This is gonna be
when
fun.
I deal with the more like old school politicians that come on my campaign, it's like they're trying to force me to do it a certain way. And it's like I just relive the exact things I went through with music and exact things I went through with clothing and shoes and exact things I'm going through with making homes and now and with creating school curriculums and exact thing I went through with creating Sunday service. I'm like, it's the same thing, which they,
Oh no, I was gonna. The SIA Sunday service you did was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
And that's also why Trump was so popular. He didn't just pretend to be someone else that he wasn't. He didn't put on a suit when he went to the farms. He didn't put on an accent when he was talking to city folk. All right? He didn't pretend to be anybody he wasn't.
People like you because you are you. Don't change that.
The memes and the meme lords.
Is that the memes?
Yeah.
Not the memes, but the memes.
You gotta seize the memes of.
Memes of production.
Oh yeah.
He was trying to jump on my head and his foot slipped and it got me. It was an accident.
That's a story. Huh?
That's
Well, do you want to play pool or I mean?
What'd you say?
Did you want to play pool? We have like we go up around 7:15 to the studio to get the cameras ready and
Microphones checked.
actually Michelle is going to do the camera lighting and adjustments. So you know because Milo did makeup because he thought.
You
he
know,
looked
it's
like
like,
a ghost.
what I will say is, I'm like a hypersensitive human being.
Yeah.
So I don't do my best channeling in things that is like 40 people around and talk.
Let's go to the studio and just tell
A
everyone
lot of
to chill.
people, a lot of people.
Let's go to the studio and we'll just chill, all right? Sound good?
Yes.
I'll say it right now. You guys want to bring that stuff up, and then
Have
think
the
we're not going
discussion.
to have a
Like,
conversation.
have the discussion.
Like you think he's going to come in here and say, "Here's my pain, here's my suffering." I'm going to say, "I hear you," and then he's going to say, "And it was Jewish people," and I'm going to be like, "Okay, but don't you consider?" So I'm not going to do this. I refuse.
Make sure he's cool.
All right, go for it. Luke and I will have a conversation. So I can't say I'm surprised.
I ran out to where everyone was, where he was in the kitchen. Started talking to him, Milo, and Nick, like trying to see, like, hey, what's up? Like, is he actually gonna not go back on the show? Are you guys not going back on the show? Is like.
When I saw that he was leaving the show, I kind of, what? And a few of us went out to try to see if we could get him back, but it didn't go our way.
I might want to go downstairs and see if we could get him back. I think it's worth a try. I'm gonna try to talk to him, see if we.
I'll
can
read
get him
super
back.
chats.
Yeah.
He was in a truck ready to leave, and Luke and I were like trying to convince him, like, hey, you can't just like walk out. You have to like when someone pushes on against your views, don't just get mad. Explain them. You know,
he needs to explain what he means.
Right.
He can't just say it's true, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? Who are you referring to? No, I'm done. I'm leaving. It's like, okay, then I assume you have nothing behind what you're saying. But I gotta say, man, if this, like, why would someone vote for this?
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you referring to the press?
Excuse me?
Wouldn't give in. Wouldn't change his mind. And then they left.
Are you leaving?
Are you referring to the press?
Now here's a follow-up. This is Jon Stewart Lebowitz talking about Yee and the Kyrie Irving playing good cop. Watch this video.
There's the Kanye situation, and then obviously the Kyrie situation. And after the Kyrie situation, Kyrie Irving, on Twitter was trending the Jews. I don't believe that censorship and penalties are the way to end anti-Semitism or to not gain understanding. I don't believe in that. And I think it's the wrong way for us to approach it. Kyrie Irving, they suspended him from playing basketball. Penalizing somebody for having a thought, I don't think is the way to change their minds or gain understanding. This is a grown-ass man. And the idea that you would say to him, we're going to put you in a timeout. You have to sit in the corner and stare at the wall until you no longer believe that the Jews control the international banking system. Like, we have to get past this in the country, the ability to, look, people think this. People think Jews control Hollywood. People think Jews control the banks. And to pretend that they don't, and to not deal with it in a straightforward manner, we will never gain any kind of understanding with each other. The most interesting thing to come out of this, in my mind, was something Kanye said on his tour that he was doing after he said that, and then he got interviewed by 5, different people because the media model is arson and conflict. He said something fascinating in my mind. He said, "Hurt people hurt people." And if the point of all this is then to heal people, the only way to heal a wound is to open it up and cleanse it. And that stings. That hurts. But you have to expose it to air. And I'm afraid that the general tenor of conversation in this country is cover it up, bury it, put it to the outskirts, and don't deal with it.
Now, The View brought this up, and it looks unusual. Yee went to the Alex Jones show, and he was wearing this weird mask. It's a Balenciaga mask that Yee wore. He kind of looks like Cobra Commander or something like that. It's just a mess, which is, Cobra Commander is reminiscent of the Nazi era. Kind of like the G.I. Joes were fighting. Cobra Commando was kind of Nazi-esque. They had the little, the swastika kite tattoo thing on their side, which was like the snake or whatever, and the serpent thing, and it was very Nazi-esque. So it's kind of weird for him to be wearing it. Now, let me show you what's been going on with Balenciaga. Now, what's the real reason they left Twitter? Elon Musk is currently clearing out the child porn and trafficking problem at Twitter. And what would we find in the DMs of Balenciaga and their associates? Well, let's just go over this mask that Kanye West feels like he should wear, and apparently Kim Kardashian has their children wearing these masks as well. So here's a little bit about Balenciaga and a little about people's reaction about Balenciaga right afterwards. Watch.
Inside a new Balenciaga, cigarettes and tiny little bottles. Just what you expect. Inside a new Balenciaga, cigarettes and tiny little bottles. Just what you expect. Inside a new Balenciaga, cigarettes and tiny little bottles. Just what you expect.
You don't see no celebrities talking about the Balenciaga situation, right? So that just shows you all of these celebrities out here, don't let them influence you in any way, because they're controlled by the people who really influence the world. There's no such thing as a celebrity influencer.
One of the people that recruited all of the models for Balenciaga's runway show was a woman called Rachel Chandler, who has been on Jeffrey Epstein's island. She's even posted a picture on Instagram of CCTV footage back in 2013, bragging about being on the island.
And of course, Instagram let the advertisement run, endorsing kiddie porn. And by the way, if you have an alternate explanation for what this was, let us know. A child with a teddy bear in a bondage outfit and a Supreme Court decision striking down a kiddie porn law displayed on the table? What is that? Are we jumping to conclusions? Don't think so. It is what it appears to be. It's right in your face and no one's saying anything.
Kanye West did it, baby. He did it. Look at this. Gotcha. Over a tweet.
And just turn these into kitchen.
Look at this.
In my toilet.
Yes. We need to cancel Kim Kardashian and her family. All of her sisters.
You want to know how you do it?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Let's go.
And whoever knows me knows that this.
Let's get into it. So, as a lot of you know,
yes,
I Balenciaga tote around, and I'm extremely embarrassed to say that I gave $1,500 to a child.
Oh, $1,500. Rip it up.
PR team that is going to get them out of this one.
Rip it up.
No,
1,500. Whoa. Rip it. Oh, she broke it. Yes.
$100 is a
yes, Kim Kardashian, you're done.
If it means that I'm not supporting child.
Done.
Hashtag cancel Balenciaga.
Now, I've spliced together a few different videos pertaining to Kanye West's appearance on Alex Jones. A little bit of memes thrown in. Again, I absolutely don't have the views of Kanye West. Again, if he would have left it simple as saying that there's issues, Milo had brought this up before, that even beloved Michael Jackson, I absolutely love Michael Jackson, talked about certain people in the industry screwing him over. It was in the songs he wrote, and he got attacked for it. Probably was a real reason why Michael Jackson was thrown into so much tragedy and controversy in his later life, and maybe Michael Jackson was able to escape and like people say he might have, and maybe he's somewhere enjoying the rest of his life with his children. That would be great, but people killed him, and now people are talking about Kanye maybe wanting to kill himself.
Would not be surprised, God forbid, something should happen, that Ye should do something to himself, given his behavior. I mean,
Again,
So I see that reflection there, but Michael Jackson was very sane and was a real artist. And Kanye, I don't know. Kanye's trying to do this new name, kind of like a Prince kind of thing, and just going off rants. And at the end of the day, Michael Jackson did not call himself a Nazi and claimed he liked Hitler.
Adolf Hitler needs me? Okay, I'll do it. I'm going to bat for you, Hitler.
But here's some videos. Again, I don't agree with Kanye, but we're not going to make it free speech for me, but not for ye, as our theme goes. So here's part of Kanye West's pro-Hitler rant while appearing on InfoWars and some other clips. Kanye West says I see good things about that person. Every human being is something of value, and they brought to the table, especially, and I'm not saying it. So watch the video.
I don't like what some of the mafias are doing either. I don't like what some of the mafias are doing either. Hitler.
Shut it down! Shut it down!
Well, it's true. America's embracing Satan.
That's what they want.
This is the future president you're talking to right now.
Is Nick your running mate?
He's not old enough. My favorite thing that I got to say with Tim Pool was Rahm Emanuel was right there next to Obama. Jared Kushner was right there next to Trump. What are those two people, those two Zionists, I gave it away, have in common? Nick, can you pick that up and expound on that?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's interesting because you've been going on these interviews with Lex Friedman and with Tim Pool and Piers Morgan, and they always say, well, don't talk about a group, talk about the individuals. And I would point out, one, it's hypocritical because in the same interview, Tim Pool said, well, wouldn't Ye be so great for the black vote? So you could say the black vote, but you talk about Jewish businessmen, and somehow that's a problem. You can't talk about groups when it's one but not the other. The other thing is that there is something baked into the cake in Judaism which affects how they're brokering these kinds of contracts with entertainers like Ye. If you look at the Talmud, which is a real Jewish holy book, or part of the holy book, there's the written Torah, which is the Hebrew Bible. There's the oral Torah, which was written down as the Mishnah and then interpreted in the Talmud. In the Talmud, it says that Jews have to treat Gentiles differently than they treat other Jews. There's all kinds of examples of this. They say that if a Jew indirectly kills a Gentile, there's nothing even wrong with that. There's nothing morally wrong with that. They say that for a Jew to have sex with a Gentile is comparable to bestiality. They say that the semen of a Gentile is like that of horses. They also say that you can't give a gift to a Gentile. A Jew is not permitted under the Talmud to give a gift to a Gentile. They're not permitted to charge each other interest, but they're encouraged to charge Gentiles interest.
What do they say about pedophilia?
They say that that's, in some cases, licit.
Watch my accounts because they've been frozen by the Jewish banks. So I need to watch my mails.
Well, CNN says white people are evil Nazis, so, I mean, that's right. You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love, us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts, and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician, you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. It's a shame that you have to be considered to be on the spectrum to have enough courage to speak out loud. I do love my family, right? But I looked at every possible outcome. I've practiced Chinese water torture on myself. I would like skip along Malibu in front of my house and sing, when the Clintons come to kill me, how is it going to be? What are they going to do to kill me? Wait a second. Netton, what do you have to say about this? Netton, don't want to say nothing. I got some jokes here from Owen Benjamin that I want to read about Ben Shapiro. Hey, Candace Owens, unplug this robot before he runs his mouth. Ben Shapiro's cardio is picking up shackles. Shapiro can tell how much change is in your pocket just from hearing a jingle. Shapiro is just mad that Kyrie won't sign his basketball. Back to you, Alex.
I'm tired of hearing I'm a Nazi. I'm really, because I'm not. But I think by them falsely accusing people, some people are going to become Nazis.
I am. Now what? I am.
You're
now
what?
Now I'm a Nazi, Ari Emanuel. Isn't that?
You like the uniforms, but that's about it.
There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things. And he didn't kill 6 million Jews. That's just like factually incorrect. It's like he had a really cool outfit and stuff, and he was a really good architect.
So that's Kanye West, Ye, on the Alex Jones Show. Now, we covered this in an article on GoRightNews.com, and you can read it on there, and you can share it. Now, note, just like everyone wanted to free Britney, we now see a mental naked breakdown on Instagram every day. Not from Ye, but from Britney. But people might have got the point that Ye was trying to make. Well, we are seeing a destruction, downfall. One thing is certain, I hope Trump never sees Ye again. Let's just keep him away from Milo.
You! Fuck off! 滚蛋! 你滚蛋!
And I'll be right back, and I'm going to talk about our article, Ye Can't Zip It.
Tell me why I feel like this, maybe I just need a vent. I hate who I am on the internet. Half my friends don't even feel their friends. My mind doesn't really make no sense. Tell me why I feel like this, maybe.
Apparently, Ye can't zip it. Kanye West, who now goes by Ye, went on a wild pro-Hitler and pro-Nazi rant while appearing on Alex Jones's InfoWars show. During the entire interview, Ye wore a full zip-up face mask made by Balenciaga, the fashion brand that promotes pedophilia in its advertising. Throughout the interview, Jones is clearly trying to steer Ye away from trouble, but the rapper seems intent on his own self-destruction. One, Alex Jones tells Ye, the Nazis, in my view, were thugs that shut people down and did a really lot of bad things. And I'm sure Alex Jones is like, oh, I do not need to get sued again. I've already went bankrupt. How many times can I go bankrupt? Ye interrupts, goes, but they did good things too. We're going to stop dissing the Nazis all the time. Ugh. And Alex Jones says, you're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called out or demonized. And Ye responds, I see all good things about Hitler too. There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. Bold emphasis added to the words Ye emphasized. Meanwhile, Alex Jones says, I'm just saying, I don't like Nazis and I don't like what some of the mafias are doing either. And Ye responds, I like Hitler, as the show went to commercial. Oh boy. Then Ye then pulled out some sort of puppet, which he called Neten, Neten. I'm guessing a reference to Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu, maybe? Ye asked Neten, what do you think about that, Neten? And Ye puppets Neten's voice going, this is insane. You're an insane person. Puppet therapy. Now, in related news, Twitter CEO Elon Musk suspended Ye for Twitter for 12 hours, which I'm wondering if it's going to be more, after he posted a Nazi swastika inside the Star of David and indicated it would be the logo for his 2024 campaign. Musk tweeted, I tried my best. Despite that, he again violated our rule against incitement to violence. Now, Ye has always been a controversial figure, but there should be no room for this blatant anti-Semitism within the conservative movement or any movement. Again, I will reiterate what I said at the beginning of this podcast. Yet, one note on all of this, I personally believe that if you call out a black person or a group that is black, like BLM, for example, you are not racist. If you call out a woman or a group of women, like The View, you are not sexist. If you call out a member of the LGBTQ, queers, transgenders, gays, lesbians, or any group like that, fortunately, most groups are, except for people like Gays for Trump and Log Cabin, and there's a few of us that are fighting the good fight. You are not homophobic or transphobic. And honestly, if you call out a Jewish person or a group of people doing you wrong, it does not make you an anti-Semite. So don't ban me for bringing this up. I am definitely not anti-Semite. I am not racist. I am not sexist. And I am not homophobic. I'm gay myself. I'm definitely not homophobic. The problem with Ye was tweeting out swastikas and Hitler love is way too much. So again, our advice to Ye is zip it. And not talking about your mask, just zip it. The source of this information was the Daily Caller. Now, meanwhile, a stray example of looking for racism, people, director Tim Burton, who I found out he said something about the particular people in the past 15 years ago, and while he was drunk, people kind of been going after him ever since. Well, Tim Burton and Netflix are under fire from fans who claim the new Addams Family spinoff, Wednesday, which they also tried to say that Wednesday was queer baiting. So it's like, why are you going so hard on Addams Family and Tim Burton and Netflix on this stuff? But ain't Netflix the same one that had Cuties? I mean, but they're claiming now that the Addams Family spinoff Wednesday is racist because a black actress plays the mean girl and a black actor plays a bully, according to the New York Post. That's a lot to take in about the whole Alex Jones, Tim Pool, Donald Trump, Milo Yiannopoulos, Kanye West, and especially, I said Kanye West. Oh, I miss, Nick Fuentes. And then Ye, Kanye West. Right, I think there's two people because of the name. Prince, remember, was a symbol. At least Kanye isn't a symbol, or, well, he's trying to be a symbol, I guess. I don't know, folks. There's a lot to absorb, and I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk about it, but I will let you know, though, it's all a distraction. I know this is the first video I've done. I've got a lot of videos to do for just almost a week's worth, and I figured I'd get this one out of the way because it is the main distraction, and there's real information and real news that needs to be out there. But again, it goes to show you, when you're trying to elect somebody for president, that's what Ye's trying to run for, you don't elect by viralness or sensationalism or who's more popular. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Donald Trump, yes, is popular. Yes, he's sensational. Yes, he's viral, but he can do the job, and he's proven it. That's why he became president. Ye is just wasting his life trying to meme the world. And people like Milo Yiannopoulos, who really needs to be deported, causing problems here, I guess, in the political world, needs to go. And they make Nick Fuentes look sane. And that's a problem right there, folks. That is absolutely a problem. So this is Peter Boykin for hashtag GoRight. Thanks for tuning in. God bless everybody. And unlike Nick Fuentes' America First, we're going to put Americans first. And we're going to go directly for Donald Trump in 2024. God bless everybody. Peace. Thanks for listening to Go Right with Peter Boykin. Please like this post, and please subscribe and follow and share this podcast to all your social media accounts, and visit GoRightNews.com for more Go Right News with Peter Boykin. If you like what you hear, help support the podcast by donating. The link to donate is on GoRightNews.com. Thank you for your support. Check out this news story and more on GoRightNews.com and the podcast #GoRight with Peter Boykin. Go right and register to vote. Your vote matters, so vote. Go right and vote. #GoRight. Go right. Do right. Be right. Go right. Do right. Be right. Lead right. Think right. Vote right. Vote right. Think right. Lead right. #GoRight. It's time to join the Go Right movement. It is time to #GoRight for America. Join us at GoRight.us and GoRightNews.com. It is time for the Great American Revival, and it is time to #GoRight for America. Thanks again, everybody, for listening to this, and please share it everywhere. Again, this has been #GoRight with Peter Boykin, a part of GoRightNews.com.